Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn how to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn how to read and write Urdu. We are learning both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 10, day number 10. Yesterday we started O ki matra. The first 4 days, as you know, we did A ki matra. And then day 5 through 8 we did E ki matra, and yesterday we started O ki matra, and today is our second part of the O ki matra. What we learned yesterday in O ki matra is that just like E ki matra, O ki matra also has two sounds, a short one and a long one, a short O and a long O. Choti O ki matra and badi O ki matra. Short O would be sounds like, in English word, sounds like toe or bow. As you can see in toe and bow, O is very short, as opposed to court. When you say court, the O is much more accentuated. It's stronger O. Board, court, as opposed to toe and bow. What we learned yesterday is that when you want to make choti O ki matra in Urdu, we're talking about Urdu right now, all you have to do is take your letter and add a letter called wow. We add a letter to wow and it becomes a choti O ki matra. For example, if we have a bow and we want to convert bow into a bow, we just add wow to it and it becomes a bow. That's all. In Hindi, you take your letter bow and then you have to put a line there and then one more mark like this. That's bow. Similarly, po, you just take your pe, join a wow, it becomes a po, and again you take your po, you draw a line, and then another mark on the top, that's a po. Here's the toe, and so on and so forth. That's the toe. Same thing applies when it comes to You just take your alif and put a wow next to it, it becomes a o. And same exact thing, you take your and you draw a line next to it, and just same thing. O does not behave. O is not exceptional here like it was in the E ki matra. In E ki matra we learned that if you have a and you convert it, if you want an E sound, short E, we do not put a line on the left hand side like we do with all the other letters. That does not work. E has a special symbol. And similarly, if you want to make a long E sound, you do not take your E and put a thing to the right. That does not work. It has a special symbol. But for O, the same rule applies. You take your and the same pattern applies. Let's talk about the long O. In the long O is the exact same thing. Is the exact same thing as what you see here, except the only difference is that in addition to wow, you have to put a special symbol on the top called zabar. So instead of a bow, if you want a longer bow, you take your be and wow and put a zabar on the letter, and it becomes bow. And in Hindi, it's simply same as before. You put one line, except instead of one mark, you have to put two marks, two symbols. Similarly, po is pe, wow, and zabar, po. The zabar belongs to pe, not the wow. You put a zabar on the letter, and then you put a wow next to it, as you would here a short o. Similarly here, you take your po and you put two symbols, and so on and so forth. Let's write some words. Let's write some words. As always, we'll put them in pairs so we can see the contrast between the short O and the long O. For example, I'm debating whether I should erase all this thing because it would be nice if we had room. Let's erase all this thing. We don't need any of this thing anymore. So short O and the long O. So here is lam and wow. Lam and wow, when we join them, it becomes lo, and then te and alif. So this is our O ki matra. This is our short O ki matra, and this is A ki matra. Te and alif, when they join, it becomes like this. So it should look like this: lo, ta. Lo, and then ta. There we go, lo ta. Similarly, instead of a lo, we can have a m, ma. So here's your meme, and you join wow to it, and now it becomes mota. Mota is in fat. Let's contrast this sound of O sound, very short O sound. Let's contrast that with the word that we are about to see here. The word is Pe and wow, but this one has a zabar on top of it. So it's going to make a long O. Poda, not poda, but poda. Poda as in plant. As in plant. So here's our po. We put two of them because we have zabar here and a da. Poda. As in plant. Poda, I found out that in some parts of Indian subcontinent, it means plant. But in some parts of the Indian subcontinent, some people call it poda as opposed to poda. Poda would be, so here's your per, same as before, and you put a vowel next to it. That's part stays the same, but now it's no longer da, but it is dal and do chasmi hai and then alif. And that's the only way we can write the in Urdu. We don't have a unique symbol for it as you do in Hindi. In Hindi we would write it like this. So po would be same as before, po, but now we need the da. So when we put them together, da and alif, da and da, when we put them together, here's what happens. What happens? Dal does not join anything. So dal is going to stay by itself. But this her, even though it's a part of this letter, even though this is one letter, this entire thing is one letter. This thing what you see here is this. I believe that's how you make it. No, that's not right. The. This entire thing is this. This is the. It's one letter. But when it joins with the alif, what happens is that this alif gets up. This alif gets up and joins the hey here. It becomes poda. Po-da. But as you can see in both cases, the O sound is longer. Poda or poda as opposed to lota and mota is quicker. Or another one, here's another one, ro, na. Rona is in to cry. Ro, na. Just one of them. Because it's a short O. Let's look at another long O. How about do? So we need two of them. Do, ra. Door as in to run. Door or dorna, if you like. Dorna, same thing. Door. Dorna. The do is longer. Dorna, as opposed to lota, mota, rona. Let's look at one more with a long sound. This is our F, this is our f. We call it fe, and it's going to join the vowel. So it becomes, when it joins, it looks like this. Fo. So far it says fo. But as soon as you put a zabar on it, it becomes longer. Fo. Fo. J. Jim. Forge. Forge is in army. Fo. We need two of them because we have a zabar and then a j. Forge. Forge. Let's look at two or three of the short ones. And this next three that we're going to do three of them. And next three we will do, all three of them will end with the badi ki matra. And since they are all going to end with the badi ki matra, we know that they're going to end with a choti ye. They're going to, all three of these next words will end with choti ye because they will have badi ki matra at the very end. Here's the first one. So here's again our te, and when we join with wow, it looks like this. To, and then we have a pa and choti ye. So that makes a o ki matra, that makes a choti o ki matra, and this makes a badi e ki matra. Choti o ki matra and badi e ki matra. Now what do you suppose it reads? It reads topi. Very short, topi. Topi as in hat. Topi. To-pi. Let's look at another one. Mo, and then te. This is our te, and a choti here. Moti. As you can see, O is very quick. Moti. How about this one? We have a gaf. But now which is going to join the vowel. And now here's the tricky part. Since we do not have a letter for ba, when we want to write ba in Urdu, we do have a sound of ba, but we don't have a letter. Just like in English, you can make a sound of ba in English, just like I just did here, ba, but they don't have a letter in English. So what do? They put a b and a h together. That's what they're going to do here. We're going to put a b and a do chashmi here. The do chashmi here we have talked about it many times. Or hey comes in many different forms. Where is it? Right here. There are 4 hays, and this last hay is called do chashmi hay, and that hay is used in a situation like this when you want to convert sounds like ba into a ba, ta into a tha, cha into a cha, da into a da, ga into a ga. Similarly, in all of those cases, we take the letter and we put a hay next to it, just like you would do in English. So now it becomes ba. This is our ba, and with the ba, we're going to join choti here. Let's first write it in Hindi. So I'm going to write, so ba looks like this. Ba in Hindi looks like this. And since it's a badi ki matra, this is our ba, B. And then we have a go. And now we have to put them in the right order because this one says B, go. We want go B. Go. Go B. How do we put them together in Urdu? Well, that's very easy. Gaf and the Vav are going to join. Gaf and the Vav, when they join, they look like this. Go. And then when Be joins the He, it looks like this. And with it, the Choti Ye is going to join. Gobi. Let me rewrite it. Even though there is nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong with it, and native speaker would be able to very easily read this thing. But for your benefit, I'm going to rewrite it. B. You see, you take your ba, you join to a ha, continue with the choti ye, B. Gobi. You know what gobi is? Gobi is a vegetable. I think it's a cauliflower. Let's continue. Few more examples. Oh, here's an interesting one. It's a little long, and it has 3 matras. It has a badi o ki matra, badi e ki matra, and a ki matra. 3 matras in it. Let's see what we can do. So here's the first one. Oh, I don't know how to write cho. As you can see, it's badi o ki matra. Cho, not cho, but cho. So you take your cha, che, and join with the vowel and put a zabar on the che. When che is about to join something, it takes this form. And we're going to join vowel next to it. So here's your cho. And we put a zabar on it. So that becomes cho. That takes it to that part. Now we have a ki. But the badi ki matra. So here's our kaf and choti ye. So this was o ki matra, badi o ki matra, badi e ki matra. When they join, it's going to look like this. Ki. Well, no, it's not going to look like this. It would have looked like this. It would have looked like this if this were the end of the letter, end of the word rather. It's not. It's going to continue with it. And when this choti ye or badi ye, when they appear in the middle of the word, we've learned this before. When it appears in the middle of the word, it takes this shape. It takes the ye takes this shape. I made a mistake. I thought that was the end of the story. It's not. It's going to continue. So this is ki. This is this part right here, ki. That's ki. Cho, ki, and then dal and alif. Cho, ki, da, ra. Chokidar. Chokidar is a watchman. That's how you write chokidar in Urdu. One more time. Let's write it one more time together. So first the cho part, you take your cha, which looks like this up until here, and then you put a vowel next to it, put a zabar, and then ki, and then da and ra. As you can see, I lifted my hand many a times. That's not how we write it in Urdu. We don't stop and lift your hand all the time. I'm going to rewrite it as if I were writing freehand. Chokidar. There you go. That's how it's going to look like. Even these 3 dars are going to be a little bit sloppy when you're writing it. And the reader would understand, I need to zabar here, and the reader would understand that I just wrote chokidar, as in watchman. Just a few more. Ro, ro. And as you can see, there is no zabar on it. As we can see, there is no zabar on it. That means it's a short O. Ro, T. Roti. So here's our te. Here's our te, and we join with the choti a. And when it joins, this guy becomes very small, as it did here. It becomes very small, and the y continues. Roti. Choti a continues. Roti. Here's another one. Here's another one involving the. The that we talked about before. The. And now it's going to continue with the vowel, so it becomes do. Do. Do, choti o ki matra, do, and then this is a be, and it's going to join the choti a, dobi. So this one has a choti o ki matra and badi ki matra, dobi. You know what a dobi is? Dobi is somebody who washes your clothes, or to be more precise, somebody who used to wash your clothes back in the old days, when people didn't have washing machines. Dobi. Let's look at a word with a long O. And the word that we're about to do would require a. O. Except the a that we're going to use, as you already know, as we already learned before, there are two ways the a appears in Urdu. One is alif. One is called alif. Which we already know. Alif is just alif, it looks like this. And the other one is ain, which looks like this. We have introduced this before also. Ain should be somewhere here, right here on day number 6. We learned ain and gain. Ain makes an approximate a sound. That's the a we're going to use right now. In Hindi, you just use a and you're fine, and the spelling is correct, obviously. But in Urdu, the words that have originated from Arabic that we use in Urdu, because they are Arabic words, strangely enough we have maintained the Arabic spelling, even though we pronounce it just like probably you would do. But the writer has to know that this word has an Arabic origin, and therefore it will take ain and not alif. The writer would have to know that a word that he is about to write will take this kaf, and not kaf. Writer would have to know that that the word that we are about to write will take this gain and not gaf. They both make a g sound, they both make a k sound, they both make a sound. How do you know which one to use in which spelling? The writer simply has to know. Here we're going to use ain, and when ain appears in a word, the short form of ain looks like this. That's ain. And the gain when it appears in a short form, it just looks like this. Here we're going to use this and we need o. So here's our ain, and it joins the vowel o. But this is a badi o ki matra. It has a zabar on top of it. So we need two of these. O, r, t. Aurat. You know what aurat is? Aurat is a female. Aurat. But that's how you write aurat. And as you can see, the O sound is longer. Aurat. Here's another one. A long sound. Te, this, and wow. Te, and wow, but it's a longer O. To. So let's write it down. To. Then we have a choti ki matra. How do we know it's a choti ki matra? Because we have a lam, L, with a zer underneath it. So that's a choti ki matra. To, li, and then we have a a ki matra. So here's our choti. Choti is going to join the alif. But here, in this instant, in this word, the choti is not appearing as a matra. It's appearing as a year. How do we know that it's not appearing as a matra? Obviously, it's clearly not appearing as a matra. So how can you have two matras next to each other? You'll end up with a zer and a badi ki matra. It makes no sense. Here, y is appearing solely as letter y. Choti is appearing solely as letter y. Or rather, letter year. and then we have a alif. Let's erase all this thing so we can understand it. So here is our badi o ki matra, choti e ki matra, and ye plus alif, a ki matra. We have to put these three pieces together. And when we put these three pieces together, it reads tolia, tolia, to-li-ya, to-li-ya. And you know what a tolia is? Tolia is a towel. Let's put them together. To, li. Again, when you're writing, you won't stop it. You won't stop to put a Z right now. You will come back and take care of it later. To, li, ya. Otherwise, you're going to end up stopping forever. You just continue with your thing. To, li, ya. You just have to remember to go back and take care of things. Tolia, as in towel. But as you can see, it's a longer to. Tolia. Let's look at one more with a longer O. Ch, che, and a vowel with a zabar. Cho. Because it has a zabar on top, we need badi o ki matra. Cho, ra, and then ha. Let me first write it in Hindi. Ha. And now we have to pause for ha. Again, one more time, as I keep repeating like a parrot over and over again, the writer simply has to know which letter is to be employed here for the spelling to be considered correct. We have 4 different h's. He comes in 4 different flavors in Urdu. This is a he, that is a he, it looks like this, that's a he, and that's a he. Do chashmi hai. We already know when to use do chashmi hai. Do chashmi hai is used to make word sounds like ba, da, cha, tha, and so on and so forth. That's when we use this hai. This hai is used in the spelling of some words which we have come across many a times. The hai that we need right now is this one. Cho, ra, and then this is our hai, and then alif. Choraha. One more time. Cho, ra, ha. Choraha. What's a choraha? Choraha is a 4-way intersection. When you're driving on the road and you come across a 4-way intersection, that's called choraha. Choraha because it's got char, chora has a root of cho, char, choraha, 4-way intersection. Let's do one more with a choti o ki matra. Choti o ki matra, okay? Lo, ma, and then re. So we need a re, but it has a badi choti here. So this is the matra. Re and a choti here makes a re. That's what makes re. Lomri. It has 2 matras. Choti o ki matra and badi e ki matra. Choti o, badi e. This part, the vowel makes it choti o ki matra, and the badi ye makes a badi e ki matra. You see it? If we had a zabar on top of it, we'll have to put one more. It will be longer O, but it's not a longer O. Lomri. Do you know what a lomri is? Lomri is a fox. Lomri is a fox. Or to be more precise, it's a female fox. That's hence the lomri, not lomra. Lomri, female fox. And female fox actually has a word in English language. A female fox in English language is called a vixen. That's a word for female fox. Just like a female horse will be called a mare, a female lion will be called lioness, not lion. If it's a female, you will say lioness, not tiger. She's a female, she's a she, is a tigress. Similarly, a female fox is called a vixen. Lomri, there we go. It has a choti o ki matra. Lomri, as you can see, it's quick. Let's do one more. Another one with the choti o ki matra. This is seen. When it joins the vowel, it only keeps this part. And then because you need to join it to vowel, you need to make one more to make a vowel. Now it becomes so. So this part that you see here is so. And then the che, so, cha, so, cha, na. Sochna, as in to think. But as you can see, it's a short O, sochna. It's a short O. Let's do one last one, okay? One last one, we'll call it a day. Here's the word. This is the noon. It's going to join a vowel, but noon has a zabar on it. Let's put it together. So when it joins, it looks like this. No. So we need a no. Badi o ki matra, no. Then we have a kaf. That's a ka, no, ka. Then we have a ra. That's the a ki matra. No, kra. And then we have a noon and a choti. Nokrani. You know what a nokrani is. Nokrani is a servant, a female servant. A male servant is a nokar. So nokrani has 3 matras. Nokrani has 3 matras. The badi o ki matra. The badi o ki matra is this part right here. The vowel. The vowel and the zabar makes a badi o ki matra. Then we have a a ki matra, which is this part right here. And then we have a badi ki matra. The badi ki matra is from the fact that we have a choti here. Nokrani. I think I'm going to call it a day here. We're going to meet one more time tomorrow because I have a few more words. I don't want to do all of them right now because there are too many of them. We're going to meet one more time on day number 11. Day number 11, and we're going to finish up the O ki matra. But it looks like we spent 4 days on A ki matra, day 1 through 4. We spent another 4 days to learn E ki matra on day 5, 6, 7, and 8. But it looks like we're only going to spend 3 days on O ki matra. We did it yesterday on day number 9. Today is day number 10. We're going to spend one more day, day number 11, and we're going to call it a day. Or at least that is my plan. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.